All right, in this lesson, we're going to focus on finding slope from a table. So the first thing I want to look at is the steps it's going to take, for example, to do it. Now, nothing changes in the fact that your slope still equals your change in your y over your change in your x. So now we're going to look at these steps, and yes, you do need to write these steps down because they're very important in finding slope from a table. I'm going to look at the steps, and then we're going to see actually how it works visually. So I'm going to choose two pairs of coordinate pairs. Then I've got to find the difference in the y's. Then I'm going to find the difference in the x's. Then I'm still going to write it just like my before. It's y over x. And then I'm going to simplify and leave it improper if needed. So for example here, the first thing I'm going to choose my coordinate pairs. I'm going to start out with the first two. So -2 to 4, because I'm going to find the difference in my y's first. -2 to 4, well that's plus 6. -1 to 2 is going to be a positive. I'm actually just adding 3. So I'm adding 3 here now. My next step was to write as y over x. So I'm going to write that as 6 over 3 because I have my y is 6, my x is 3. Well, 6 divided by 3 when I simplify is going to be equal to 2. So a positive 2 would be my slope. Now keep in mind, when you're doing the rate, make sure you are putting the plus or the minus depending on what the difference is. So now the next thing I want to look at is the next pair. I'm going to work through all of them to show just how it works. So now in this case, the difference, I'm going to look from 4 to 8, I actually have a difference of plus 4. From 2 to 4, there's a difference of I'm adding 2. So then I go to my next step, y over x. I have 4 over 2, well, which is still equal to 2. So far, both of them I've tested would be the same. Now again, I'm going to do the same thing because I want to test all of them. From 8 to 10, that's adding 2. From 4 to 5, I'm just going to add 1. Well, this one's really easy because there's not much to simplify, because when I put my y over my x, it's actually going to be just 2 over 1. So that works out to see that my slope is still 2. Now the final one that I'm going to test is going to be here, 10 to 16. Well, then I added 6. From 5 to 8, I added 3. Well, in that case, I'm going to put my y, which is 6, my x, which is 3, simplify. 6 divided by 3 equals 2. So what I've done is, even though I told you to just choose the two pairs, I worked through each of them to show you that no matter what, how it works, you're going to end up with the same slope. That's why you can choose the two pairs and find the difference and then put y over x, simplify it, and leave it as improper. Now, there is one other thing you really need to know that's important that you're going to see, and that is the fact that the closer the slope is to 0, the less steep the line will be when it is graphed. The further the slope is from 0, the steeper the line will actually be. So the closer it is, the closer the line gets, the less steep the line becomes. But the further away from 0 the slope is, the more steep it becomes. And this is how you find slope from a table.